Oh. All right. All right. Hello there. Namaste. I'm El-SCRIBBLER.
And it's your boy Big Daddy Mo. What's up?
Yeah, so you got the notification. That's good. That's good.
I got one
Um,
notification.
yeah, the Joker's out, and it's funny. It does feel nice to be kind of vindicated in my thought process off the trailer. And I didn't see all the trailers. I'm gonna be honest. I only saw one. I was already disliking it just off the one trailer. I had no clue the whole thing was gonna turn into a musical.
You know what's funny? So of course I knew that it was going to be a musical because I'm always googling movies. I'm always keeping up with it.
Yep.
But I was talking to my boy Alex, and I let him know right away, like it's a musical. It is, and I had to go back and look at the trailers, and yeah, you see a scene of Joker, of Joker singing, and then you see them dancing, but it doesn't really say that this is a musical. You can
Yeah.
sit there and announce it, but you got people that's like you don't
Yeah. I
sit
had no
here and
clue.
Google every movie. I do, so of course I know it's a musical. But everybody else, you're not gonna know it's a musical unless you maybe see him in court singing or over here singing, him in the shower singing. Then it's different. But
Yeah.
you don't really see that it's a musical.
Well, the only
So
time
that's
you
where
do
they
is that one scene in the trailer where they were like in front of the moon, I think. I think that's it. And I was like, oh, that's a dream sequence. That's
that like
obviously
La
a
La
dream sequence.
Land type dream sequence.
But what I did not like is what of the singing was real and what was fake. One thing that made this is
Yeah.
going to be done differently because Joker and the sequel are basically completely different films with how they were done. We're just going to be
Absolutely.
doing compare and contrast because the original film, you find out at the very end everything he pretty much was believing, like him sleeping with his neighbor, with him doing the comedy sketch and everyone laughing and having a good time at his jokes. Everything was a hallucination on his end.
Mm-hmm.
And on the sequel, what was a hallucination? For a minute, I was like, maybe the whole Harley Quinn sequence is a hallucination.
I thought that too.
But then he asked the attorney, oh, can we bring Lee closer? Well, of course, she's not a hallucination. She's completely legit and real.
Yep.
It was kind of upsetting because it's like, what the heck is supposed to be a hallucination? What is real? Because there's a sequence where he's singing in the prison.
Are you talking about when he's looking at the TV?
Yep. And he's like, I found love. I found love.
So this is the thing. When it comes to musicals and musical movies, when they're singing and dancing, they're actually singing and dancing. Like that's what they're doing in this world because it's a musical. Here, it's like it's all fantasy and all that. But this is my thing. When the music is but when the music is happening, good point. And we're gonna go through the whole movie. I guess we're just talking about the whole musical aspect of it.
Yep.
When they're when the Arkham goes on fire and him and Harley are outside, trying to escape, and they're singing and dancing. That's just in their head. So what are they just kind of like? I don't know. I don't like the fact that this is a musical, so it's just them. Everything is just in their head. So really, in reality, it's just him sitting in court. It's just him looking here. It's just them probably hiding behind that car and running to the gate. What I don't like about it, what I don't like about it being a musical is the fact that because it's a musical, everything is not really happening. Everything that looks good and entertaining is because, well, they're doing it even more spectacular with the musical. Like the violence, there's only 2 people that get killed. And one of them is off screen. Now, the shit that you see with him bashing the head of the judge and all that, it's all musical shit. So it's not even like, damn. It's just like, okay.
Yeah. Because, okay, so you say that, but they're not all dream sequences. Because remember, there's the one where he's talking, like being interviewed. And then he's singing, and then it turns out he was actually, because I was thinking what was going to happen was he was singing to the interviewer, and then when it comes live, he's just staring at the camera.
Yeah.
I was thinking that was going to be it. And you were going to hear like the person off screen is like, do you have something to say? And you'd be hearing like, like, him trying to hum what he's singing, something like that. That would have gone more to the mental state. But right here, he's like, no, he's actually singing. So what the heck is real?
And then they do it again at the very end when he's talking to Harley on the steps. And then she starts singing, and he says, "Just talk, stop singing." So are y'all singing and then not singing? It's just kind of like all over. So them making it a musical was just a waste, because also it didn't move the story forward.
Nope.
It wasn't even like no strong, no song to like really make you feel for the character or the situation. It was just a musical just to be a musical. Now that being said, some of the musical numbers were good. I did like the one with the building a mountain when he's tap dancing. I like that one. I like the one where they're trying to escape. They got a couple good ones. I'm not gonna lie, but
my
they're
biggest
pointless.
issue is none of them progress the story.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Harley Quinn's point in the story served no purpose. This really feels like, in the end, I had an epiphany. This is like one of those, you know how the Marvel movies would have like these shorts about specific characters? Like there's that 10-minute short about the Mandarin.
Yep.
About what happened to him in prison because he emulated the 10 Rings.
I love that one though.
Yeah, I mean, because Ben Kingsley, of course.
You'll never see me coming. I fucking love that.
It starts out. I liked how it started out with him in prison. You see how like his body is completely ruined. You see that. You could have the sequence of him doing the circuit in prison. They should have cut out all the Harley Quinn crap. They should have cut out all the singing and gone to the courtroom. And then it getting blown up, him trying to leave. And then he ends up getting captured again. And then it ends up with the very end of the film. That would end up being like what? 10, 20 minutes tops. A 20-minute short, which would bucket end the last film, because it really just continues from it, but it becomes a completely different movie at that point. If you were to remove all the pointless Harley Quinn crap, because in the end, at the very end of the film, I realized these movies...
Spoilers, by the way, spoilers.
Yeah, of course. These movies aren't about Joker. They're about Gotham. How did Gotham become the way it is? Why did Bruce Wayne have to save it? Because remember, in the first Joker film, Bruce Wayne was just like an 8-year-old kid. So it's like, this isn't his Joker. So what happened? And you see how Gotham basically starts falling apart after the first Joker movie. And in this one, it's like it turns into complete anarchy. And then you get one of the real Jokers at the very end. And
yeah,
that is who it is.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Now, what I like about that scene, okay, because this is the thing, this movie has things that I like, things that I don't like, good concepts that just wasn't executed.
Nope.
You say this all the time. I'ma say it. First one, Taxi Driver. Second one Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Then the third one, A Clockwork Orange. I have no problem with the movie being set in Arkham, and then it also being a courtroom drama too. Because at one point, The Dark Knight Rises, that was going to be Joker in court. Yep. So really, we had that here. I was completely fine with that. But it being a musical, that Harley Quinn shit, Lee Quinn, I didn't give a fuck about her. Because one, you want him out. Why are you sitting here trying to tank the case? Hey, guess what? If the jury sits there and realizes that, hey, the Joker is another person, not guilty by insanity, he does not go to jail. And now he can cause mayhem and do whatever he fucking wants. So why are you ruining that? It didn't make sense. I know she's not that crazy. Like the bitch is, a psychiatrist. She's smart. She's smart, but she's also crazy. So why are you trying to keep him in jail? He's about to get the death penalty. I did not get that. It was so stupid. Well, I hated every minute of that.
Because in this film, there is no real story to it. Because you think it's about him and Harley Quinn. But then all that stuff is completely fluffed to the story. I was thinking it was going to be like an Arkham Asylum type situation where he slowly takes it over.
Yeah.
But then at the tail end of the film, they turned it into a courtroom drama. And I'm just like, but everything that happened was okay. So what would you say? Over 50% of the film was primarily a dream sequence?
Oh, absolutely. Because even it'd be a song and then it'd go right to another song. So yeah, about half the film is fucking dream sequences.
Oh, and flashbacks, of course.
Yeah. What did you think about that opening though? The little cartoon?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. I like that.
I like that.
that went back to like the old classic
Mm-hmm.
Batman feel, and I'm like, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. And then it gets all bloody, and the
It
cops start
started, and I
beating
was
him
like,
up.
please be good, because I'm loving this sequence. Please be good.
But that's the thing. It was like, so remember, he finally became his own attorney, right? He's defending
Yeah.
himself. He ends up standing for himself when he sees Puddles come up, the way he talks to Puddles, and it's just like the way, because
I shed a tear. I shed a tear during that
because
scene.
Puddles cared for him. And
Yep.
here he knew, well, Arthur Fleck was going to get himself killed. The only person that ever cared for him is going to get himself killed by how he's acting.
And not only that, it's just the fact that in the first one, he let Gary go because he was the only one that was nice to him. And then here, Gary, even though he's thinking like he did good, like hey, thank you, I'm doing you a favor or whatever. Here, it's not really the case because it's like, bro, like you see how I am. You look at me, like he's walking in a courtroom and everybody's laughing.
Yep.
And then it's like the only person that he felt safe around, that could talk to, that's not bullying him or nothing like that. He made him even more fearful than anybody that's ever picked on him. And that shit was sad.
Yeah.
Like, because even when he kept doing like, and I kind of saw them planting that seed of him not being the Joker or whatever, because when he was in the little transport, he kept trying to like change his laugh to see what works. But when he, was, going at Mr. Puddles or Gary or whatever, it felt so forced when he just kept saying Mr. Puddles, and I'm just like, where the fuck are you going with this?
He was doing like the classic old movie,
but it felt so forced and unnatural. Yep. I'm like, whereas when he was talking to Murray, everything that he was saying was just comebacks. Oh, I killed those guys. Oh yeah, they couldn't hold the note to save their life or whatever. He was going back, but here it did not feel like that person. It all felt forced. It felt like an act.
Yeah, because that's the thing. They made it into an act, which is something I absolutely despised. Because after that, he basically says, "Oh, the fat guards." What'd the guards do? They ended up killing someone in prison.
Hey, and they raped him. They raped him, didn't they?
No, they killed him.
No. I'm talking about Arthur.
Probably. But that's the thing. After he witnessed that one kid get murdered outside his cell, what'd he do? He was like, "Oh, there is no Joker. There is. I'm just Arthur Fleck. I've killed 6 people. I've done this. I've done that." It's just, of course, spoilers, but let's be honest, most people aren't going to see the movie. It's just that bad.
So I hated that, and I liked it. The first reason I liked it is because, excuse me, it's because, like I said, when he was putting on that Joker, acting like the Joker with Mr. Puddles, it all felt forced. And even when he was trying to perfect his laugh and all that, I was just like, why are you trying to pick a laugh? You're just doing you. Then that's when he started saying it. I'm like, okay, he's only reason he liked being Joker was because he finally felt loved. He finally, felt like he had a purpose and all that, but he don't like how he had to get it, which is why he, apologized. I'm like, okay, I get that. So that was nice. But at the same time, what I hated about it was, homie, when you became the Joker, honestly, I started to root for him. I'm rooting for him in this movie because I want him to get off. Like, he felt like I didn't give a fuck about any of the people he killed. Like, fuck them. I didn't care for them. I felt like, yeah, bruh, you the Joker. Like, I felt like one of the people in the crowd. Like, he felt like more confidence, bro. You can see it by the way he talks, by the way he's dancing, man, walking straight with posture, confidence. And then you just throw all that shit away in this movie. Now you back to being a little bitch ass Arthur Fleck. Bro, you already about to get the death penalty. If you gonna die, man, you might as well die with a laugh on your face and keep it moving. Like, I don't know, man. I was just like, you went back to being a bitch.
You mentioned his practicing laugh, but you remember in the first film, that's like his Tourette's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does that. No. But when he did it, he'd be like, and then he'd do it again.
Yeah.
That wasn't a nervous laugh. That was I'm trying out different laughs.
It was Tourette's, and in this one, it's like they completely got rid of it. It made sense in the
Well,
beginning.
no,
Why
I
they
caught
were
that.
medicating him constantly.
Yeah, I
And
caught that
then
when
he
he got
stopped.
the verdict though. Once they started saying guilty and all that, that's when he started to laugh more because now I think it was either he was nervous or sad.
Well,
But
remember, he was also out in the rain laughing as he was crying.
yeah,
I don't remember that scene, but that's the thing. It was like
it
that
was in
was
there.
a staple of his character, and it's no longer there. When he stopped taking the pills, it should have started creeping back up again.
Yeah,
But nope, it didn't affect him. It didn't affect him. It's just like this is aggravating. It's like you created something where you had this mental guy, because it's literally Taxi Driver. It literally is that film. It's the same concept. Someone who comes back scarred. In Taxi Driver, he's scarred from the war. He has PTSD. He literally wants to kill himself. He goes into a brothel basically and starts killing all the bad people there, thinking he's gonna die.
yeah,
It turns out he ends up being the hero there. And it's like, this is kind of the reverse thing where he's basically mentally ill and just starts killing bullies. And again, most people can relate and be like, oh, he's the hero there. He's the hero there. And in this film, it's like they had no clue what they were doing.
yeah.
It's like, okay, so they got a higher budget for this one. The last film was
First one was
$50
$50.
million. $50 million, and they did a masterpiece with it.
Yep.
In this one, well, they have to double Joaquin Phoenix's bill because he's basically killed himself for this role.
Absolutely, Oscar winner. You got to.
The other bit went to Lady Gaga, and then they're just like, let's do just a bunch of the same kind of sets. Let's just do a bunch of the dream sequences in front of a blue and green screen. Let's just do this because we've blown our budget on getting Gaga and Phoenix back.
Yeah.
Just get rid of Gaga and spend more time on the actual story instead of going.
You don't even need.
Anger.
You don't even need Gaga. The first one. Who was the big actor in that movie? Joaquin and Robert De Niro, like two scenes, and the movie made $1 billion. They're not going to see the movie for Joaquin Phoenix, even though he's a great actor. They're going to see the movie because it's an R-rated Joker movie. That's why it did $1 billion. You don't need no fucking Lady Gaga. You could have got somebody off of TV that could have played Harley Quinn, and you'd have been fine. And honestly, Gaga, I haven't seen a full movie of hers. I still need to see A Star Is Born, but she's a great actress. I've seen some of her stuff. She's a great actress. I didn't see that here. I did not see that here at all. Hell, even with the singing that much, it was just like,
yeah. Well, with the singing, with the Joker, it's like Todd Phillips was directing it, and it's like he had no clue what to do with the characters. It's like he went
he even wanted to do this.
Yeah, he's like, oh crap, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do here? You know what? Just do yourself. It's like the whole Han Solo situation. I'm sorry, I bring out Star Wars. It's the whole Han Solo situation in Empire Strikes Back, where he's like being dropped into the vat, and then Leia says, "I love you," and then he goes, "I know," because the director's just like, just don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
Ooh, nigga, I'm getting a Charlie horse. Ooh. God damn.
What's a Charlie horse?
You never heard of Charlie horse?
No.
Oh my God, it's like the muscle.
Charlie the Unicorn, really old YouTube video.
No, it's like the muscle in your leg just tenses up, bro. And that shit is cramp. Charlie, they call it a Charlie horse. Yeah, that shit ain't no hoe. Don't women get cramps in their uterus?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called a period.
Ooh. Yeah, I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, be lucky you're not a dude or not a woman.
Oh, I thank God every day. You can make me the ugliest guy on earth, and I'd still be thankful that I'm not a woman.
Your dreams,
because I'm not about to get that. Oh
yeah,
my God,
my girl's well, you need to learn this pain. I'm like, nope, nope. I'm content with how I am.
Because I know they have like machines to where a guy can feel that, and I've seen the reactions. No, thank you. Why am I about to voluntarily put myself through pain? I'm sorry. I'm gonna just take your word for it.
Yeah.
Want to get?
I believe it. I believe it.
Want to get kicked in the balls?
But okay. Speaking of that, it's funny how you say that. So, was the sequence with him sleeping with Harley Quinn real or not?
Yeah, I assume. By the way, that was an uncomfortable ass sex scene.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, come on, hurry up. And
Well,
And
he
Lady
did.
Gaga's hot, but I was just like, dude, just throw
He
this
did
shit
real
in
quick,
there, bro.
but
Throw it in there.
it was awful. And it's just like, is she pregnant? That's the problem I'm having. Is there was no indicator at all what is real and what is fake.
But yeah, absolutely. Because I'm like, man, she's always able to bribe the guards. What the fuck? But I mean, they did plant that seed saying that she lives on the
Yeah,
so
she could
she
bribe
got
people, but at
money.
the
But
same
it was just
time,
like so easy. Like every time she wanted to go up in there, thank you, thank you. I'm like,
but remember, she's also on the news. Sure, her face was in the paper. You don't
mhm.
think her higher upper class family would do something about that?
Yeah.
Would pay to keep it silent? If she can pay a guard to go see one of the most wanted people in Gotham, in the US at that point in time,
Uh-huh.
her parents can't have a say in removing her face from the paper, making her seem like she didn't exist, making Arthur Fleck feel like he was alone. They have no say in that
You
because
know,
the
you know,
city's
uh-huh.
corrupt.
You know what have been even better? If y'all gonna make this a courtroom drama, you got it live. Fuck showing it all on Gotham, man. Imagine, it's all over the world. He influencing people all over the world. This is the thing I hate about the ending. It's just the fact that, okay, I'm cool with him dying by one of his followers, former followers, and then that person can potentially be the Joker that we all know. But imagine that you still get that ending while he is still Joker. I mean, like, he got all his followers and all that chaos and shit, and then someone crazier than him come by, shank his ass.
Yeah.
Arthur is down there laughing at the chaos, and then boom, he's our Joker. Something
Yeah.
about you could still have that same fate, but just have it in a different circumstance or something.
But the only reason that Joker killed Joker, I'm just gonna say it that way, is mainly because you remember I noticed he had an important scene to play because every time Arthur Fleck was on camera, was on the news, he was always shown staring and like mouthing what the Joker was saying.
Yeah.
And then when the Joker started crying and saying, I'm not the Joker, I'm Arthur Fleck, I've killed 6 people, I've done this, you see something shatter inside the psychopath. You see something shatter inside of him. That's why he told him that joke, because the person he admired basically gave up.
Yeah.
So he took out that's the only thing. That's why I was like, this whole thing should have been done as like a 20-minute max short film. You could spend probably 50 or less than probably 10 million. 10 million if you're going to bring back Joaquin Phoenix to play that role, get him in a few things, remove all the freaking Lady Gaga fluff and musicals and crap.
Imagine you going to see the Batman 2, and in front of that movie, Joker short film, boom, right before the movie.
Yep.
That'd be dope, like they always do with the fucking Disney movies or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Because that's the thing. It's like it's a placement holder. Because immediately after seeing that, because no matter what, that laugh is iconic. There are really only, well, technically three laughs of the Joker that are absolutely iconic. You still need to see what was it called? Gotham, the series Gotham.
Yeah. Oh, I know about what's his name. Yeah, I've seen clips of him, and
he does an amazing job. Like he's literally the bringing Heath Ledger and Mark Hamill into one. It is perfectly done because the show is more like a comic book style, so it works. But like Mark Hamill's laugh is iconic. Heath Ledger's laugh, the second you hear it, the ha 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 ha.
Oh yeah,
my jokes.
I love that scene. That was fucking great.
And it was like, I need to watch the movies over again. I freaking love it. And honestly, if you were to get that as a short film instead, and not even maybe have it with a re-release of like Batman movies.
Yeah.
It would get so much more praise. So much more praise. The reason why it's hated is because it serves no purpose. Yep. If you have a 20-minute short film, which appears before the film, and you just remove the trailers and have the short film there, How amazing would that be?
No, yeah, that'd be wild.
Because the trailers take up 20 something minutes. And here it was just like it served no purpose. The main film, it was like I was sitting there watching, and I watch a lot of foreign films that include musicals, that include music starting in the middle of nowhere. But you know what? They serve a purpose. They progress the story. They're done as a montage most of the time to show, oh, this stuff has happened.
You know what musical has music numbers that serve a purpose? South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Yep.
You hear the Uncle Fucker? Guess what? That song is what starts a war. Oh, you hear the song by Satan? Guess what? He's not as bad as you think he is, and he really doesn't want to, send hell on earth. Like all the songs have a purpose. They move the story along. Here, there was just songs.
Even the Wizard of Oz. The yellow brick road leads you past on further. You have the Cowardly Lion. You have all these songs that progress the story and tell you about a character.
Rocky IV. When Apollo dies, that's Danger Zone.
Yeah, that's Danger Zone. But like in a lot of Indian cinema, it's normally done. Like there are times where it's thrown in and it serves no real purpose.
Dun, dun, there's no easy way out.
There you go. There you go.
Rocky IV is a classic.
Yeah.
Rocky IV is a classic.
I thought you liked Rocky V.
Fuck you. I hate Rocky V. Rocky V was horrible. He really gave Apollo trunks to him. He better have got those back after he beat his ass. Like, come on, bruh. But I'm sorry, back to the movie.
But that's the thing, is like it served in the musicals serve no purpose, because in the end, because I was thinking the majority of it was all in his head, and then you see that he was actually singing on the news, and that's kind of what destroyed it for me. I was like, well, clearly most of these dream sequences aren't entirely dream sequences. There's the ones where he's dressed up and then he's shot by Harley Quinn or things like that. It's like, well, clearly that's a dream sequence. But the ones where he's like breaking out in song in the middle of a courtroom or whatever, it's like, is this supposed to be what's going on? And then he starts bashing someone's head in, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's completely a dream sequence. There are guards around and everything. And it shattered it for me. It completely shattered it for me.
And I hate that. I was about to say.
Oh, you forgot what you were gonna say. Yeah, but it's aggravating, because it's like this whole thing, because you could either do the 20 minutes and add it to the end of the original Joker, have it as a placeholder before other films, something like that where it makes more sense. But the fact that they spend, how long is this film? It's like 2 hours.
218. Right? 218.
They spend over 90 minutes on pointless fluff.
Oh, and I hate that he's only Joker in those dream sequences.
Yep.
Like he's finally Joker at the end when he decides to, I'm gonna represent myself. And then after that, that's done.
But only in one scene.
Yeah. But
because remember, the second time he does it, he starts begging and saying, sorry, I'm not Joker.
Yeah.
So he only really does it once.
Yep. And then the whole car bombing scene, and then his followers trying to get him to escape. I thought something more would have happened with that. The fact that he ran away too, I'm like, bro, I just really hate how they handled Arthur Fleck in this movie. Like, he went back to being the same wimpy ass bitch. Like, I felt like he been fucked over his entire life. And then his mom sitting there telling his neighbor all this shit about him. The fact that, oh yeah, I lied about that. I told him that he should be a comedian, even though he's not funny and all that. It's like he never had a chance at winning. And even though he's now taking the dirty way of winning, he's winning. He is winning. And they sit there and fuck that up in this movie. Like, I love that ending, bro, of the first one, man. I don't know. It was a happy ending.
Because he was dancing on the top.
Yeah.
It was just like, yep, he's getting arrested, but he's content. He's happy. He's found
on
who
top
he
of the
is.
world.
It's basically a film for those who feel lost. The first one. And it's like, sure, he was committing, but he found himself. He found himself. He got arrested and he found himself. In this one, he's like going back on everything he did. It was like all these therapists that did nothing for me. However, a guard killed another inmate and now I see my wrongs. It's like, what? Why did that shatter his belief right there?
I hated this movie. It's like it, and because I would have went back and watched the first one, it would have just pissed me off. That's the bad thing.
Yeah.
The first one would have pissed me off.
But that's the thing. It took me, like, I was watching it. I sat through it. I didn't even go for a post-credit scene. I don't know if there is. I didn't care.
There isn't. There isn't.
I didn't care. Because for me, it was like, as soon as I saw them introduce another type of Joker, I was content because these two films, and well, the second film, which should have been a short film, is the history of Gotham. That's what it is. That's the only thought in my head that was like, that's what made it interesting for me. Because in the first film, he basically made Gotham start to fall apart. Due to his actions. He killed some rich kids. They got hurt and all that stuff. And then he killed Murray live on stage. And then it's just like, after that, the rest of Gotham starts crumbling at the seams, right? And it's like, okay, this is why Bruce Wayne really needs to do take on the bat suit. Why? Because everyone there is crazy. All the criminals have become nuts. And I like that. When you think about it that way and you remove all of the freaking pointless musicals, all the freaking pointless fluff in this film that serves no real purpose. It's the Joker who was incarcerated after the last film, how he was treated in prison, how he goes to the courtroom, is found guilty. And you could even include the fact where he gives up as well, and then he's killed by another Joker. Because that's what inspired the other Joker to take his life and basically take up the helm.
Yep.
Because it's just aggravating. It's aggravating. Because honestly,
God
I would literally watch the tail end of this film multiple times just to hear the laugh. Just to hear the laugh as Arthur Fleck dies in his own blood.
Right.
Just to hear the laugh.
That would have been great. But
Yeah.
no, we got a scared Arthur, bro. I'm just like,
Yep.
man,
And-
y'all
and-
really just ruined him.
And we got a bunch of pointless stuff that served no purpose in this story. Because in the end, there is no story. There is nothing here which progresses anything. That's why I'm like, it should be a short film, because it's trying to introduce that the first film is the story of Gotham, not Joker. It's the story of Gotham. And in this one, it would be like, this is what happened to him, and this is the future of Gotham. Instead of being like, oh, we're going to create this entire musical that serves no purpose, only for people to get like one or two things that are actually like, oh, okay.
At the beginning of the first Joker, he was Steve Rogers from like the first act of Captain America. And then at the end of that movie, he was Captain America, buff as hell. And then this movie, he became fucking wimpy ass Steve Rogers again.
Yeah, well, he started out kind of like Steve Rogers. He got kind of the groove back, and then he lost it again.
Yeah.
I think it should have been where he never lost it.
You know what would have been great? If when he is when he decided to represent himself, he actually knew shit. And then you actually could have made this a straight up courtroom drama with the Joker as a lawyer. I mean, hell, you might as well. That's a better idea than what they gave us. I thought we was going to get that. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. This could be good if he's the lawyer for 30 minutes of the movie. That'd be great. And then
That's the thing. They could have easily turned it into like a My Cousin Vinny situation.
Yes.
Just make it creepier.
Yep.
Just make it scarier.
Like imagine this dude that killed 5 people.
Yeah.
6 if you knew the truth. And he's in your face, you know what I'm saying? Interrogating you. That's gonna be some scary shit.
Yeah. And then on top of that, I mean,
and if you want to make it a musical, fuck that. Imagine him breaking into a song and dance and everything just become, dark and just bloody and all that. Just make that shit horror feel now.
that it's a music. Man, you could have made it some Sweeney Todd shit.
Well,
Sweeney Todd was a better musical.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like there's a one of the where Batman gets put on trial and like the Joker's the judge.
I wish I saw that.
They could have easily done something like that where all his peons literally take over the courtroom and he starts singing and all the jury people basically have guns or things pointed at them where they have to sing as well. And where someone is shaking too much or missed a step, their head gets blown off and they force someone else in the crowd to go stand up there.
Oh, that's awesome.
Now
they did that? They did that?
Not in the animated one where Batman's on trial, but imagine it that way, where it is a musical, but everything that's happening is real because everyone is nuts. That would make.
I was hoping somebody in the juror was going to be.
Yep.
You know, I was hoping that was going to be the case. I'm like, I got a feeling that it's going to be a mistrial or something because somebody in that jury.
Yeah. Like the whole Dark Knight, where that one guy turns out the paramedic turns out to be one of the nut jobs. It was like, this is the type of people Joker attracts.
I was thinking about the people versus OJ when at the end, homie was just like, I was just like, he was like, yeah. He like, bruh, you know I got you. But no, they didn't give us that. It was straight up just regular people that said,
yeah, it was straight up a wash. It was like it was one way. And the second he took over, the only thing that could happen, it was like, well, clearly he's nuts.
Yeah.
He knows nothing what he's doing. But the thing is, he turned into a complete retard. A complete retard when he took over his own case.
Yeah.
He was kissing Harley or Lee, and he's all, maybe I should read some attorney books or whatever. And you just do you. You just do you. You'll be fine. I was like, come on.
I did love when Harvey.
Fantasy. You destroyed the fantasy.
I did love when Harvey Dent. Damn, your shit was lagging. I did love when Harvey Dent was just like, we rest our case. Like, there's no point in even sitting there wasting all this time, bro. Like, come on, man. But yeah, it's like they have some good concepts, but just shitty execution all around. You could have made it's a musical. I'm not a big fan of musicals, but there are musicals I like. You could have went a whole nother route with how y'all did the musical. So
yeah,
decent concept, shitty execution. The courtroom, great concept, shitty execution.
Like you mentioned, musicals serve a purpose. Everything that happens actually happens in the musical. It actually happens to progress the story.
Not another teen movie. When everybody prom tonight, everybody was getting ready to go to the prom. And we, was knowing about what their goal was when they're getting it to the prom.
Yeah, I mean, but here, there was no objective to them. Mm-hmm. There was no objective except to be like, well, people wanted to see him in his makeup, so let's throw these random scenes in. Let's have him singing in the news. Let's have him doing this. People will question whether he's sane or not, or whether it's really happening. Joke's on them because it doesn't matter. It serves no purpose. That's the one thing I don't like is like being lied to. I don't like being lied to in a film where the whole thing is a dream sequence, or it's just like, oh, nothing really mattered. Maybe they should have done that. Nothing really mattered.
For real. This movie was just so pointless. Like, it really just shit on the first movie.
Yep.
Like,
it made it pointless because, well, the person who became an inspiration to an entire city because the city was basically taking advantage of everyone and basically stood up for the first time goes like, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm like, that's the payoff? Like, how did y'all ruin that, man?
Honestly, the one thing is, I kind of wish she took her own life, Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
I kind of do. But the fact that she put a gun to her head when he's listening to her tape, and the next thing we know, he's talking to her on the steps and being like, stop singing. Stop singing. Stop singing.
Yeah, I did not like Harley in this movie.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie's a better Harley Quinn.
Yeah, the only thing, Birds of Prey, man. Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey was straight.
Mm-hmm.
It was okay.
Yeah, but the only thing I liked, sadly, about the entire film was the last 2 minutes.
Just him dying.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, they could have easily done it where he never denounced who he was, and you just had someone else who wanted the throne.
that's what I would have liked better. I would have liked that better.
It was like, you have inspired me. You have inspired me. Now you get what you effing deserve. That would have been cool too.
And it pisses me off that he just been fucked over his entire life, and his life ends with just being shanked in jail. I'm just like, y'all really just don't like this character. Y'all are like really just saying, fuck him. We gonna have 3 guards rape him. His girl gonna leave him because he doesn't want to be a killer no more. And then we just gonna have him get shanked in jail. Like, bro, what did my man do to anything? To anybody? I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, he killed 6 people, but
Yeah, but they deserved it.
that's like that scene in the Suicide Squad with the Weasel. Like, what do you say? He killed like 20 kids, but hey. But yeah, I felt I was just like they did my boy Arthur dirty. I would have mostly because they killed him. I would have been. I'm cool with him dying. I just don't like the way y'all killed him, and just like that's just his arc. Just
Well, it's not with how they killed him. I have no problem with how they killed him. It's the fact that they destroyed his character before they killed him. That's the issue. They destroyed his character, making him completely meaningless. That's the real problem. If he was still the Joker, if he held his head up high, if he was convicted guilty and just started laughing at the fact that he was convicted guilty, and then the bomb goes off because he started laughing and then the whole fight started breaking out. The bomb goes off. He staggers out. He gets found by his people. Then he ends up getting incarcerated again as he's laughing about the whole thing. And then the other character finally sees it, and he basically takes him because he wants that. He wants to feel that. It would have made more sense if he did kind of get his blood in his mouth. Let's say that. But that would have been so much more impactful. He inspired someone. He inspired someone enough to become, crazy enough to burn down. Yeah, let it burn. You know what else? It's cheap.
Great.
I'm only burning my half.
Fuck with I get so tired of people saying, "Oh, Jack Nicholson is the best Joker." No, he's not. Jack Nicholson is a good Joker. He ain't got shit on Heath Ledger. And Jack Nicholson is one of my favorite actors. But
that's the thing. Heath Ledger is the live movie Joker. Movie Joker. Mark Hamill is the voice of Joker. The voice of Joker. Even though Mark Hamill himself is a little nuts, he's literally the voice of Joker.
Yeah. Troy Baker's a good one. You
have the mix, which is what's his name? Cameron?
Yeah, TV Joker. I forgot his name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but he is the perfect kind of mix between them both.
Yeah.
He is the mix between them both because he plays the creepiness of the Heath Ledger, and he has the comedy of Mark Hamill's. Honestly, you need to watch that and just check out his episodes. Before they have 2 versions of him because he has a twin. And
I know. It's funny because I Googled all that and I watched some clips of it. Yeah.
The twin, I'm like, I don't care for this one. I preferred his original one where he stapled his face on. I preferred that.
All right. What would you give this movie out of 10?
If it was a short film, probably an 8.
I give you that. For a short film, I think I would love this a lot more.
Yeah. Because it would have at least, because they destroyed Arthur Fleck, or the Joker as a character. They had pointless scenes that served no purpose. They had a bunch of hallucinations, which were supposed to bait people into thinking the Joker was the Joker when he wasn't at all the entire film. I didn't know if the guards were, because look at it. The guards were nice to him, but at the same time mean to him.
Yeah, that was just so confusing. That was so confusing.
What the heck is going on? It was like, tell us a joke. Here you go. Here's your cigarette.
Yeah.
And then he smacks him and just like, what's going on here? What's going on here? They had all this stuff with conflicting information. And I'm just like, okay, I'm going to be honest. Maybe a 2 out of 10. I was to rate it like that. His
Damn, I gave it a 5.
it's like the whole Rogue One scenario again, where I'll watch it just for the last few minutes. In
say
Rogue
Rogue
One,
One?
Darth Vader shows up.
That don't stop. That whole movie went hard.
Yeah, but I would watch Rogue One primarily for the last few minutes. I can watch the last few minutes over and over and over again.
Of course, that's fucking awesome.
In the
Darth
Joker,
Vader finally whips
I will
ass.
only ever watch the last 2 minutes.
See, now would I ever watch this movie again? No, because like I said, it ruined the first movie for me.
Yeah.
But I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, I still think does an amazing job. He's still great here.
He did an amazing job, because the problem with this one is he's not playing the Joker anymore. He's playing various, like even with his courtroom voice and all that stuff when he's begging on stage. It makes sense when he was on medication to be kind of numb to it all. But it's like he kept flipping who he was. And the fact that he was in the palm of Lee Quinn.
Like I said, Joaquin Phoenix does a great job. But Lady Gaga, even though I know she can do better, I wasn't feeling her. Harley Quinn in this movie was straight ass, and honestly was just straight fucking sabotage. The musical numbers wasn't needed, like we've been said before. Didn't progress the story at all. But I did kind of like a few of the performances, a few of the songs. I mean, this movie was pointless. Yeah. I give it a 5. It's not horrible, but off that first movie and how that ended and how we should have just stayed there, and this what we got is just like, come on, man. Maybe if it was a short film or just a film about something else, I don't know, but this cannot be the sequel for Joker, so it's definitely a 5.
No, they because the first one was Taxi Driver, then you do One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest, then you do Clockwork Orange. That's the order it should have been in.
Just Joker in a mental asylum would have been a good movie right there.
Yep.
I don't care, because I mean, what was One Flew Over Cuckoo's Nest? It was just Jack Nicholson in a mental asylum with a bunch of various characters. That was the whole movie. Yeah, they sneak out 1 or 2 scenes, but that was the whole movie. So imagine Joker here, and then slowly starting to build up a fucking army. That's a movie. You don't even need to leave that asylum until like maybe the last 20 minutes or something. You could have had it all in that one spot, and that movie would have been fucking amazing. But y'all wanted to sit here and do a courtroom drama. You wanted to do a prison movie. You wanted to do a musical. That shit didn't work. You didn't mash it right. So yeah.
Well, they didn't mash it right because they were just throwing it in. It's like they put all these genres on a dartboard and then just threw darts at it. Whatever it hit, it was like, the Joker will do that. We'll do that. We'll do that. And there is a way of actually doing that to make it mix and make sense.
Absolutely.
But you can't have things overpower another, because a courtroom drama is an entire thing in and of itself. And then you have him in the asylum, and then it's just like
you could have gave us both of that. It kind of reminds me of what is it? Because you could have had 2 out of the 3. You couldn't have all 3. It's like you can get it fast, but but it won't be cheap and good or some shit like that. You never heard of that?
No, the only term I've ever heard is why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free. That's the only term I've ever heard. And it references something different.
Well, basically, it's saying it can't be cheap, good, and fast. You know what I'm saying? So out of those 3, you're going to only get, 2 of them.
You'll have to ask my fiance about that.
What is that? Oh. But, it just, you had 3 things. You could have did them right, but you couldn't have all 3. That shit wasn't working here.
Yeah, like my recommendation would be like, if you've seen the first film, just watch the last 2 minutes of this one. Find it on YouTube somewhere. It'll give you goosebumps and make you want to watch something else immediately. Because that's it. I walked out of the film with a smile on my face just because of the laugh, and I'm like, I need to watch that film.
He didn't even laugh at the end of this movie.
Yeah, he did.
Arthur Fleck. He did not
No, not
laugh.
Arthur Fleck.
Oh,
Arthur
the other
Fleck.
one.
Yeah.
The other one. Okay.
Because it was reminding me of his introduction in the film. That's the same laugh. That's how I know it's basically they're doing it as like a prequel, giving people who watched it something to be like, it's worth it.
It's not
Because
worth it.
the thing is, it's like that was the only thing I got out of it where I'm like, okay, but it's.
I mean, you know what? I won't. I'm not gonna lie. You're right, because even when I walked out, I sat there and just like that ending was fucking trash. But what I did like about it is the fact that hey, he's not the Joker that we thought we knew. It's this Joker. Hell, it probably is not even going to be this Joker. It could be another Joker. Yep. He inspired so many Jokers out there that one of these can be the one that we know. So you know what? I give you that. That was the only good thing about that movie. That's it.
And they put it at the very end.
Yeah.
Why?
So, yeah.
Because it makes people be like, cool. Because it's it. Like I kept talking like, in my review. I'm constantly like, this is a story about Gotham, not the Joker. Nothing else is important anymore. It destroyed Joker's character, but it's a story about Gotham. Gotham's the main character in this story, how it got to its point, why it went nuts, why the Batman needs to save it. It has nothing to do with Joker. It has nothing to do with the musical aspect, which served no purpose. It has nothing to do with mental illness anymore. It has nothing to do with any of that. It does nothing to do with mistreatment of factions of people.
You know what they should have did if you was going to go that route of, he doesn't want to be that symbol, how about you have that fucking car bomb earlier or something. Have that car bomb earlier and then boom, he escaped for a couple of days with some Joker followers, and then he starts to see shit that they're doing that he doesn't like because they're doing it in his name. Then you probably could have gave us that whole, you know what I'm saying? That wasn't a Joker. That was me that did all that. Then I'd have been completely fine because you know what? It makes sense.
I don't think I would because here
I don't like it just happening because of that.
Well, okay, if some of the people were starting to kill kids, I think he would start having issues. Why? Because he let Puddles go because he liked Puddles. Puddles was innocent. Puddles was bullied constantly, just like he was.
Well, maybe he should have had Mr. Puddles die.
Yeah,
by a follower.
Yeah, that would make sense, and he's just like gives up. But yeah, there's so many things they could have done. They had the length of the film is not worth it.
That movie is longer than the first one.
Yep.
And even though the first one is a slow burn, I'm not gonna lie. I've looked at my phone and see what time it is a couple times. It's still overall a good movie, and that Oscar was definitely deserved. And it was a great Joker story. But damn, bro, they really just you can destroy a legacy with one movie, and this was that movie.
Yep.
Like it really, like I wish Joaquin wouldn't even came back for this.
Yeah, like that's the thing I was worried about because it was like if they were doing classic films to basically copy and paste. Well, we've mentioned it multiple times, and they decided to go away from that. Honestly, if they would have stuck to it, it would have probably still been good.
Yeah.
Because they copy and paste something that came before that was still much liked and much beloved. Because, heck, well, they had Robert De Niro in the remake of Taxi Driver Joker, right? They could have probably brought Jack Nicholson back.
Shit, right?
For just like a scene or two, just like they did with Robert De Niro. Why? Because the Joker was just a copy of Taxi Driver. Yeah. So it makes sense to bring him back.
No, I was about to say have him as one of the guards. He's too old though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could have did something. I don't know, man. The movie overall, the movie
had him be like one of the nuts in a vest or something.
Right, have him lobotomized.
Yeah,
so just sitting there, just like a
Yeah, he could have been like the chief. The chief from One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest, where he tries to get him to escape. And then what happens? Well, they have, instead of, Jack Nicholson dying, they have Jack Nicholson die. They kind of make it the same story where his character dies again. And what happens? The You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You would have to see the movie to realize what I'm saying is the same thing but different.
You talking about the man? Great movie. That ending pissed me off, man.
Oh yeah, because it was great. He was basically finding freedom. He was basically getting the inmates to find freedom. Imagine the Joker doing that.
Exactly.
Imagine the Joker doing that for all the insane inmates.
They really dropped the ball on what this movie could have been. Like, man, even Glass was better than this. Like Glass was in a fucking. You know what's funny? I looked at Glass as like a certain movie. I'm like, you know what? The movie was different, but it still delivered. Here, this movie didn't deliver not one bit. I don't know. Only reason I brought up Glass was because there was some like in a mental asylum or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Joker in a mental asylum, bro, would have been perfect, man. Would have been perfect because he could still be battling his Arthur Fleck demons and all of that, while also gaining friendship now. Like now, not only are these not even followers, just people that have problems too, people that he's connecting with.
Because the sad thing is, even the episode of House where he's in the mental asylum is better than this film.
Which one?
Where House?
You said House? Man, when he fell in love with homegirl and come to find out, man, I was pissed off. I was so mad. And then when he became best friends with the rapping dude.
Oh yeah. And the hero is just like, she needs her voice. She needs her voice. Get her her music box.
Great. That was a great season. What was that? The last season?
I think
no, season before or something like that.
Because
he was in jail in the last season.
The last season he was in jail. What was his name? The black dude who was in charge took over the girls.
I forgot his name. I was about to say Dokes.
No,
Foreman.
Yeah, Foreman. There you go. Yeah, because he took
House's job. Yeah.
No, not House's. The Cuddy's.
Yeah, Cuddy? He took because Cuddy left. Yeah, because he crashed the car.
He left. Yeah, and that was the last season, right after basically rehab at that point, or after jail, whatever it was.
Such a great show every season, even the series finale.
But that's the thing, that was much better done than this film because this film didn't know what it wanted to be. They should have gone. I don't get it. I don't get why they get these people.
Suicide Squad did it better. Hell, he was in a hell. You could have had Lady Gaga in it as the fucking psychiatrist. They did it in Suicide Squad when he was in the mental asylum, and then boom, he ended up, getting Harley Quinn. Y'all had all that shit right there, and it wouldn't have cost no $200 million. It wouldn't. It probably would have cost 100, maybe 120.
Yeah,
y'all are fucking idiots.
You just keep it in house.
Yes.
You just keep it, like, honestly, there's that bottle episode type of thing where everything's done in basically one room. There's nothing wrong with the Reservoir Dogs type film.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with it. And having it after he's dancing on the staircase and everything and inside, and then eventually they start killing all the guys, because it would end up being another slow burn. In this freaking sequel, what they do, they were like, let's have a dance sequence where he's hallucinating something, which never really matters because it'll get people happy and excited to see the Joker in his outfit. No, in the end, it matters more.
This is the thing. He wouldn't even be the Joker in this movie. Like the paint, all that. He wouldn't even be he'd be Arthur Fleck. But you know what? No, he's still the Joker. That makeup ain't shit now. He's that person. So you wouldn't even need to see him in the face paint. Just him doing what he is doing, man. And it could always be on some slick shit, bro. And then, of course, remember, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, the main villain was the nurse. Man, so you have, a fucking nurse or a doctor or whatever. Boom, you have the villain for the Joker. Like, bro, come on, man.
That would seed Harley Quinn perfectly. Why? Because how did the Joker basically corrupt Harley's mind? Well, she was the therapist that was interviewing him constantly, and he broke her mind to the point where she helped him escape. You could easily have ended it where she kills a few of the guards, hands him a gun, and then that's how it ends. He's freeing all the freaking psychopaths.
And hell, if you want to sit there and throw in some musical numbers, when he's sitting there kind of like breaking her mind, boom, he starts painting pictures, turn into musical numbers. The bitch gets crazy. I don't know. Throw in a dance number or two.
The funny thing is, in that situation, it would make more sense. It would make much more sense. And they don't even have to make it a dream sequence at that point.
Nope.
They wouldn't have to, because here he has all the control in Arkham. He has taken it over. They could easily start doing the music therapy. Oh.
Has a studio ever said, fuck it, we're gonna redo this movie with the same cast and we're gonna do the story that y'all should have got? Can a studio do that? And will we give them a pass on that? Because they actually said, fuck it, my bad, let us redo that.
Yeah.
And it actually, hold on. And if they did it and it actually come out amazing, and we talking fucking $800 billion, fucking 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, fans and critics. That just me. That ain't gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen. The only time that has ever happened was with Sonic.
No, yeah, but they redid a design. I'm talking about redid the entire movie. Like y'all brought back the same people. Like, hey, we got to redo this, man.
Yeah, because let's be honest, if it was done the way we had mentioned it years ago when they first announced they were going to make a sequel, it would have been a success, without a doubt. You could even bring Jack Nicholson in to basically be the Chief's role, but instead of the Chief surviving at the end of One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest, it would be the Joker surviving. It is just, it's aggravating to know that they had the perfect opportunity. And
Jack Nicholson could have been the main, the fucking head of the place. Boom.
Yep.
There you go.
The warden, whatever.
Yep.
But no, they just, because I'm pretty sure he would return for a role like that, because Robert De Niro did basically nothing, had a few scenes in Joker. They could bring him back to do a few scenes as well, where he comes in every now and then to check up on all the patients and basically is creepy here and there.
Bro, it sucks because we're never going to get this movie.
They could easily have made it where he was creeping on the Harley Quinn psychiatrist as well. Which made it easier for the Joker to break her mind. And honestly, if you think about it, they could have done it that film and then gone on to A Clockwork Orange, where he's basically creating a Gotham of psychopaths, where they end up introducing a future Joker.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever.
Don't you just hate that? We always see a movie with such great potential, bro. It's like it comes out shit, and we come out with a story that's way better, and it's just like we're never going to get that.
Normally, we come out with the idea like right after we watch the film. Yeah. We came out with the idea to the sequel a long time ago.
Ooh, I saw Bolt.
Freaking time ago.
Oh. Hey, my boy Bolt.
Yeah. But we came out with this idea when we first heard about a sequel to the Joker. That was 3 years ago, something like that.
Something like that.
First videos on this on my personal channel was about what I felt the Joker sequel should be. One of my first freaking videos, because I was like, it's not going to happen, but it was aggravating. And then we end up getting this absolute garbage. Which serves no purpose whatsoever.
They massacred my boy at the end. Oh my God. Look how they massacred my boy.
The story serves no purpose. It has no story. I don't why did I see the story serves no purpose. There's no story there.
And it doesn't really go nowhere.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It ends where it starts, with him in the cell walking down a hall. It ends where it started. I mean, there's something to be said about a film that does that, but this one, there is no meat in the middle. Pause.
Yeah, I'm just tripping on the fact that, and then I'm thinking the Lee and Arthur romance is just going to be fucking great. I'm like, man, this is going to be great. Nope. She's already out. She had 2 scenes in that bitch and she's already out. I'm like,
yep. She got her fix of the Joker. But that's the thing I don't like, because when I watched the trailer, I'm like, I was aggravated because they were making it a Harley Quinn film. And then it comes out, and well, it's even worse. Harley Quinn serves no purpose.
Yep.
She's just there because everyone likes Harley Quinn as a character. Harley Quinn didn't exist in the comics. She was comics. She was created by the animated series, which is how everyone knows her origin story, where she was a psychiatrist and the Joker basically broke her mind. That's where the story originated, and she's become much beloved since then.
Yeah. Can we agree that Margot Robbie is a better Harley Quinn?
I'd rather not have Harley Quinn.
But
I've
can
never
we
cared
agree?
for Margaret Robbie as her.
Margot Robbie was. I love her as Marley.
I've
Harley Quinn.
never
Harley Quinn.
cared for her as Harley Quinn.
I love her as Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And she's so
Especially
hot.
the outfits. But now they have so many different Harley Quinn outfits, because now there's the Lady Gaga version now, which was only worn once.
Yeah. That Lady Gaga one was trash. I'm not even going to lie.
Oh. Well, so was the skimpy outfit that Margaret Robbie wore in Suicide Squad. Or the
Stop being gay. Stop being gay.
It was
Not
it was
that that's a
very
bad thing.
skimpy.
So
I prefer something that serves a purpose.
that did serve a purpose. That would have distracted the shit out of me, and she could have got a couple headshots.
Because it's funny. It's like watching an anime where the girls are wearing full plate armor, and it's only basically a bikini outfit.
Right.
And it's like, how does that work? And the dudes are wearing like an actual arm guards, chest piece, everything. But the girls are wearing nothing, and they're better armored.
Hey, that's how it be.
Oh, but yeah, the film was garbage. The film was absolute garbage.
Definitely wouldn't recommend it. Matter of fact, it's 8 o'clock. I bet you I want to see what the box office looking like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna probably say 43.
Yeah, because it's just, if you enjoyed who Arthur became at the end of the first film, it is not worth the watch, because there is nothing about him. There is nothing about the Joker. It's like everything they built upon him, basically having his laugh be like a Tourette situation. Everything is kind of just thrown out the window to create something completely different. Completely different. And I think the biggest issue is we had already discussed what the best story would be. That's why I was devastated when I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
Because when the trailer came out, I was like, this isn't what I wanted. This isn't the story I asked for. You check the box office?
Yeah, they're saying globally it's going to be at 121.1. Not bad, but
they're not making their money back.
Yeah, I don't know. They might. They should. I mean, I don't know.
One of these days we'll probably be in our 70s and they'll finally give us the rights to direct or write something. It'd be like, these idiots know what they're talking about. Let's give them something.
Yeah. Okay. So they're not, because they grossed 40 million here in the United States.
Yeah. No.
And 81 in other markets. That's a no.
Yeah.
They're not making. And remember, you always have to make at least about triple or double or triple to be a success. They're not getting past 200.
And on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like below 30%. On both critic and audience scores.
On both. Like every time you look that up, they keep saying fans and audiences, because it's rare. It's rare.
Normally one hates it and one loves it. One loves it. It's never unanimous.
It's in the same fucking range in the 30s, 32, 36. That is wild. That's how you know it. They're like, damn, you thought Joker 2 sucked too? Y'all thought it was ass, man. Hey, all right.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's rare when people are actually unanimous on things.
They're like, hey, what do you think about The Last Jedi? Well, nice knowing you.
Yeah. Like that one's completely convicted. Audience score, it's like dirt, like nothing. Or kind of like what is it? Acolyte? The Acolyte, the critics score, I think is like almost a 90. The audience is like below 17. God damn. Yeah. That's how bad it is. But of course, the critics love it. It's all about representation.
I think they love it. I think they love it because they ain't Star Wars fans like that.
Yeah, and
perfect example. I like the Last Jedi. Everybody hates it.
It's got non-binaries. It's got pointless cameos. It's got lore-breaking people showing up. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's it's bad when the audience and critics are in agreement on something.
And nobody likes Joker for la adieu.
But I feel bad. They brought Todd Phillips to do it, and he did not want to.
Yeah.
He loved the fact of the first one being done and didn't want to touch it.
See, that's what if I make a movie and it's my movie and all that, and it's good as a one-off, perfect. I'm gonna end it right there. Yeah. Now maybe I give you a movie from a character in there. That way it don't really fuck up this legacy of this movie. But I'm not gonna give you just a full ass sequel.
Well,
when it's not needed.
I'm in disagreement there because I feel if he did not have the heart to do it, he should have shopped around. He should have shopped around for a script.
Okay.
Should have not just gone like, I don't want to do it. I don't have the heart to do it. Let's just do a BS story and get everyone upset. He should have shopped around to look for something that didn't destroy what he had originally created. Because at this point, I don't think anyone will ever go back to watch I don't care to watch a story that means nothing now.
Yeah, I don't want to watch that first one. It's kind of a wrap.
Yeah, if the sequel turned out to be amazing, I would go straight back to watch the first one again to see where he was in the beginning, how he got to where he is once again.
And it's the thing. This is the first time for me ever that a sequel has legit ruined the first movie. Because now I look at that first movie as just pointless. It's kind of like, why am I even listening to this? It's like it's just done. Like it's just pointless.
Yeah.
It's like at this point that movie don't even exist no more.
That's why I feel like if he was told he had to do it, he should have shopped around. Honestly, there are hundreds of people on YouTube who are coming up with thoughts and ideas, us included, for what the sequel could be. Steal one of their ideas. Yeah. Make the people happy. Don't try to make something new because you didn't in the first film, and that's what made it great.
Shit, you could have took our idea and paid us $100,000. We'll split it.
They wouldn't have paid us nothing.
Well, fuck y'all. That's why y'all movie flopped.
They wouldn't have paid us nothing. They would have just taken it, and then you would be seeing it in our comments. How dare you guys rip off the idea, claim it as your own?
And no, if that shit still got if that shit ended up getting 10% on Rotten Tomatoes, that's what your bitch ass get.
Yeah.
Glad that wasn't my idea.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah. People don't listen to us. But the issue is you have to be passionate about a project to be able to make it successful, to have the vision for it. Like us in our prediction of how you make a Mummy sequel.
Oh, God.
Brendan Fraser in modern time. Bring him back. You have perfectly seated excuses. We have discussed it on our channel multiple times.
We're gonna keep discussing it.
Yeah, until it happens, or may he rest in peace. Brendan Fraser ends up kicking the bucket.
That sucked, but you know what? At least he goes out on top.
Yep.
Yeah, he'd go out better than Arthur Fleck did.
Yep. But that's the thing. It was like, you have to be passionate about a project because you end up not caring. There are a bunch of films that get destroyed because people aren't passionate about it. What happened to the Marvels, the Marvel movies? They stopped hiring people who knew anything about the comics.
Oh yeah, the movies suck now.
They're hiring people who exclusively know nothing about the comics.
By the way,
they make their own story.
So I've been watching Agatha. It's all right. It's not bad. They had 2 musical numbers. It's like The Witch's Road. Both versions go hard. This shit is a little creepy. I'm not gonna lie. And yeah, they're totally gay. Agatha and Aubrey Plaza.
They all.
Oh man, it's so hot. They're so hot.
Since you brought it up, it's funny. I heard the perfect comparison. Aubrey Plaza was Gina Ortega. However, Gina Ortega had the opportunities lined up for her when Aubrey Plaza never did.
Oh, I could see that. Absolutely. Because I feel like horror
have the same deadpan look, the same kind of thing. And it's like Aubrey Plaza was in Parks and Rec. Because she would have been a much better Wednesday than Gina Ortega. a
But
much
they
better win
were
share.
going for Latinos because remember, I think the Adams family was always Latino.
Mhm.
But
Just
but yeah, but
very
honestly, yeah, Aubrey Plaza, hell yeah. Aubrey Plaza has a good career too.
Yeah, but it's not as
But she was
successful as
never.
Gina
She
Ortega.
was. I'm not gonna say that because Jenna Ortega is popping now.
Yeah.
How's she gonna be in 10 years? We'll find out now.
But look, Aubrey Plaza never.
Yeah, she
really
never had
took
her.
off.
She never had her pop off moment. Like, oh
Yeah.
shit. Oh yeah, I feel you on that.
Yeah,
But
that's
Aubrey,
the thing.
yeah,
I heard that comparison, and I'm like, that makes a lot of sense.
but Aubrey Plaza, I love her here. She's always awesome. She's always funny as hell. So, but I am kind of want to know what happened to Agatha's son, because also the team that's with them, there's a spell. So every time he tries to reveal himself, his mouth gets covered. Now they mentioned that is his name Mephisto.
Who?
Man is the devil or whatever, Manifesto or something.
Oh, Mephisto.
Yeah, they mentioned that name because remember everybody WandaVision Mephisto. Oh, fucking Moon Knight Mephisto. Everybody kept talking about that person. They finally mentioned the name, so everybody can finally shut the fuck up. Actually, no, they're probably going to keep talking now because they wonder where it's going to go. But I'm gonna keep watching it weekly. So far, it's cool. It's not bad. They killed the old lady, which was kind of messed up. And Agatha didn't even care. I'm like, yeah, she's the villain.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I like the characters. They got to stop giving everybody shows. They really do.
But yeah, that's the problem when you start giving people who know nothing about characters. Well, you have to be passionate about a project. If you're not passionate about it, you end up with Joker or with Agatha all along.
No.
With Miss Marvels, or with Madness in the Multiverse.
You end up with Joker Fola Adu, not Joker, because Joker is what got Joaquin Phoenix the Oscar. Fola Adu is about to get him a Razzie. Sorry, bro. Even though your performance was good, the movie sucked, bro.
Yeah. But that's the thing. It was like it just you got to be passionate about the project. That's the whole Zack Snyder issue in a ball. I've always hated the fact that he was never like a nerd where he was like doing his own thing. I've never been a real Zack Snyder fan.
I only like 300 and yeah.
Everyone kept saying,
Dawn of the Dead.
I hated Man of Steel.
Man of Steel was a cool movie. I give it a 7. I
hated that film, but people have to be.
What about Dawn of the Dead? What about Dawn of the Dead? He did Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Dawn of the Dead, man.
Very B film.
Yeah, my boy TJ.
Fun B film.
Ooh, that was a good movie.
That's
a great
he could have
movie.
easily outsourced it. They could easily have made a sequel, which was actually, a masterpiece.
Because even the first one, that one had 69%. So even that one wasn't perfect, but it was still good in my eyes, and it was a hell of a lot better than this.
Yeah.
And the only reason I don't even know if I told you, I don't know if I texted you that it was more entertaining. Did I text you that?
The sequel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I text you that because I just like the musical numbers.
Yeah, because you were like, I have mixed feelings about it. I think it was more entertaining, but it's like all that entertainment is a hallucination that serves no purpose.
I know, but you see that the first one, I got this one lower than the first one because the movie sucked. Like I said, the musical numbers were nice, but the movie sucked.
It's about time you start rating movies properly.
I mean, hey, Mila Jovovich gets naked in a lot of movies. I like that. I love that. But those movies still suck.
Fifth Element is awesome, man.
Great movie.
She's not naked in that, is she?
Yes, she is. PG-13 naked. So it's when they get to the priest's house and then she starts taking her clothes off and then they turn around and you can still see it through the blur. Damn, I was really staring hard. You can see it through the blur.
I freaking love that movie. That movie's awesome.
Every time I get ready to make some chicken, I'll be like, chicken,
good.
Every time I make chicken, dude, I'll be in the kitchen saying that shit.
You know, it's funny. I do the same thing when I'm heating it up. Chicken, good. Especially when I'm opening the microwave if I'm heating it up. That's something you have to do after the ting.
Chicken good.
Oh.
Great movie.
Oh.
I'm glad they didn't give us a sequel for that, but I kind of wish they gave us a sequel.
Yeah, Gary Oldman was amazing in that film.
Him and Bruce Willis never met in that movie though.
Nope.
They crossed paths, but they still did not have an interaction.
Nope.
That is wild because that's the main hero and the main villain.
Yep. Great film. Great film.
Yeah. Oh, and everybody keep talking about the whole scene where, and this is Joker. The two of them was like going down the stairs. Oh, this scene wasn't in the movie. So it was a dream sequence anyway. What purpose would it have been of them going down the stairs dancing? Remember, it was in the first Joker, the step scene, the dancing on the steps. Then in this one, in the trailers, they have both of them dancing down the steps.
Oh, yeah. Nothing served a purpose.
It didn't serve a purpose. So even if they did have, hell, they can have a whole fucking shootout with Batman, the Flash, and all that in this movie, and it still wouldn't have served a purpose because it would have just been an hallucination.
It was one of those things where they bait people in with like clips from the movie, which actually serve no purpose in the story. To be like, oh, you need to watch it. The Joker's free with Harley Quinn. They're causing havoc. Oh, ha ha ha! Everything we showed you is not real. Real.
Everything they showed in that trailer with every fucking musical scene did not serve a purpose.
Yeah.
Oh, there was one scene that I love when they were going past the guard and he asked him to sign his book, and he's like, "Hey, it's gonna be a fortune when they sign it, when they fry his ass." Yeah. I love the little slow look over. I'm like, ooh. He ain't about to do shit. But then I love that he signed it. I hope you get cancer.
Yeah,
I thought that was
cancer.
I thought that was perfect. I thought that was great. Because he was actually going to put something nice, and then he heard that, like, man, fuck you. I love that. But yeah, just to end this, this movie's trash. Don't go see it. It completely ruins it ruins the first movie. And like where the first movie had a great ending, they completely just destroy the character to where now his end is just trash.
Yeah, there's no point to watching the first film at this point. Normally, a sequel makes you excited to go watch something and see how the character developed and where he is now. Now it's like, I'm never gonna watch the Joker again. Are you ever probably gonna see it?
No, that's why I didn't rewatch it for this podcast.
Yeah, for me, it's like I remembered it. I have no problem, but normally I like to rewatch something because I feel like it. You get the energy. The only thing I wanted to see after this was another Batman movie. That's the only thing, and that's only because of a laugh.
You know what this feels like? This feels like the ending of How I Met Your Mother. It's like, why didn't you just end with that ending instead, bro? You had the perfect ending. Why did you keep going?
Yep.
I swear. Because like now when I watch, because I had to go back and watch
your aunt. That's why I told you this long story. I want to marry your aunt.
Because I had to go back and rewatch that original Joker ending because I'm just like, man, this scene was just perfect, man. Everything about it. That was just a nice little trip. That's over with. Like, fuck. But yeah, that's Joker for that dude.
Movie. Give up on the Joker. The original film is garbage now.
Yep.
It's honestly not worth even keeping on a shelf at this point. It's not.
You're
probably going to be seeing the cases being sold on like eBay for like $1 or something, being like, I want the collector's edition.
I don't even think I bought that movie. Damn.
Like,
dude.
I don't need it no more. Oh.
It's like a movie that I don't even watch in the first place. Now I really just don't even care for it.
Yeah.
All right. I wanna make some food.
Yep.
So
chicken good.
chicken good. But hey y'all, thank you for watching. You can check out my YouTube, Big Daddy Mo. Also EL-SCRIBBLER.
Yeah, you can check me out also on X, Instagram, wherever we are. Oh, but don't waste your time on Joker. It serves no purpose. If you want to see something interesting, just watch the last 2 minutes and then go watch a better Batman movie.
Hell, I'd rather watch Batman and Robin than watch Joker for
Honestly,
that dude.
what I want to do is kind of get it digital, like download it and edit it into a short film. That's what I would want to do.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
Edit it into a short film that actually serves a purpose and be like, this is how it should have been. Oh,
But all right, y'all. As always, I will see y'all next time. Peace.
toodles. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie fucking sucked.